Okay, now our task is to assemble these three parts, green, white, and purple, in such a way that we can figure out what the fourth missing piece is. I know you have it sitting right in front of you, but what we're going to do is put these together, and then we're going to use the measure tool to figure out the dimensions of the missing piece, even if you didn't have it sitting right in front of you. So what we'll do is we'll open up the white piece, and similarly to the way I did the catapult, I will click on the new pull down menu and make assembly from part, and I'm going to choose the assembly meters, and then it automatically gives me the white one, and I put it just in the default position, and you can see it's fixed in the assembly. Okay, so now I'm just going to drag them in from over here. So I've got green and the purple. Now we need to decide which one we want to put next. I'm going to say the purple one needs to go next because the green one's kind of on top of it, and the purple one is obviously over the white over here on this part. So I'm going to put the purple one first and then the green, and then we can do our measurements and figure out what the missing piece looks like. So I'll just drag it in, and I want to mate parts together. I'm just going to choose those two surfaces and let it be coincident. I'm going to choose these two surfaces as coincident, and these two surfaces as coincident. And that's looks right to me. And now we need the green piece, so green, and we know that this surface is coincident with this surface. And then we know it just kind of fits onto that, so I'm gonna mate this surface with this surface, and then it goes like this. So I'm gonna mate this surface here with this one. Okay, so now we got our three pieces together. So I'm gonna say File, Save As, Cube. Underscore assembly. Now what we can do is we can go over to the Evaluate tab and click on our handy measure tool, and since we know that the entire dimensions of the cube is 1.5 cubed, we can measure from end to end. We can see, okay, well that's 1.5, so we know that there's not any more over here or any, you know, and then we can measure from here to here, and we know that that's 1 meter, so we know that there's 0.5 meters more cube over here, and we can see that there's an entire layer of cube there, and then we got this basic 2 cube space here, and then a 1 cube space over here. And then we can come back and look at the actual cube, and you can see the entire layer here that we're talking about, and then the 2 cube space, and then the 1 cube space. So you can really get the entire assembly sometimes from a partial assembly, and then you can figure out the rest of it just using some common sense and measuring tools and whatnot. And again, you will be required to draw the fourth missing piece and assemble it so that it looks like this, and you will be submitting that as your assignment. That concludes this lesson. Thank you.